Hey guys, Alyssa Lebrecq, nutritionist and gut expert. I am officially tuning in from my new home. Oh my goodness, was it ever a long ass 6 weeks in the hotel room? So we moved into our new place, and because we had a flood in our apartment on the day of our wedding, we have no furniture. Well, we have very minimal furniture. So I'm sitting in a lawn chair in actually our spare bedroom because my office is being renovated right now. And I'm excited to just be back. I'm excited to be settled, to be able to kind of tune in and get back to our regular programming. And so I appreciate you guys because I wasn't here last week. I didn't tune in with you guys last week. So we're coming in today and I wanted to talk about a little bit of a lighter topic. I mean, we get talking about poops and bacteria and a lot of the discomfort that comes from your gut issues. And so I want to talk to you tonight about some really easy things that you can implement into your day-to-day life, into your diet, that can have a great impact in benefiting, in feeding your good bacteria. Oh my goodness. I mean, when most people find out that they have bad bacteria growing inside their gut and their intestines, and they freak out and they're like, oh my God, I need to get those buggers out of here. And you're right, you do. It's not really a question of if you have bad bacteria, it's what kind you have, how bad is it, and we'll get to that. We'll get to that point. You need to do testing to have that piece clarified. But we don't want you just hyper focusing on killing the bad bacteria. You also really need to have a good, strong understanding of how you can feed your good bacteria and what other types of damage and deficiencies have been keeping you stuck. And so most people will get hyper focused on taking supplements and antibiotics to kill bad bacteria. I want tonight to bring your focus to the good guys, because they're the guys that are going to keep you healthy in the long run. They're the guys that are going to put up the good fight. They're going to go to town for you, and they're going to keep fighting to keep the bad bacteria out. So we want to make sure that they're good and strong. So tonight what we're going to talk about are 3 prebiotic foods that you can implement into your diet to feed the good bacteria. Now, I know the title kind of gives this away, but I'm going to just make it crystal clear because that's what I like to do. But essentially what prebiotics are the food for your probiotics. So probiotics are like the Pac-Man that go in, and prebiotics are like the little pieces of food that they go and eat. And your good bacteria, your probiotics, they can't thrive without food. And the way that you can kind of look at this for another analogy is if you're planting a garden, you need to make sure that the soil is rich and diverse and dense in nutrients. And so when you're planting probiotics in your gut, or you're taking a probiotic supplement, I want you to think of it like planting a seed, a flower to grow. When you're planting those probiotics, if your gut is like planting a flower in cement, there's no nutrients, there is no beautiful, rich soil for that probiotic to thrive on, and then that probiotic supplement's probably not going to do a whole heck of a lot for you. So we want to put just as much emphasis into the prebiotics, which again are the food for your probiotics. All right, now that we've hashed that out, let's just jump right in. I want to talk to you about 3, just 3. There's a bunch of prebiotics foods, don't get me wrong, but I could sit here tonight and list off all of these things like dandelion greens, which are a prebiotic food, but they're out of season. Like I'm in Canada, we're getting hit real hard with fall and snow is around the corner, and you're not going to find dandelion greens anywhere right now. If you are somewhere sunny, hello, send me all of the sun and energy, and if you happen to find some dandelion greens, get them into you. Other things like Jerusalem artichokes, again, beautiful, rich, amazing prebiotic food. Probably not going to find it very often in your grocery store. If you do, eat it. But tonight I want to talk to you about 3 really easy, accessible foods that you probably are walking by or are scared to eat because of crazy diets out there telling you that you should be scared of them. And we're going to implement some really simple things tonight that you can just bust through the fear with. So the very first one is garlic. I know. You're thinking, wait, Alyssa, I've heard about this low FODMAP thing, and the low FODMAP diet tells me that I should stay away from garlic. I should never eat garlic. It is terrible. My gut is going to be angry, and I'm going to die if I eat it. And you're not. You're not going to die, and it's probably going to be okay. Your gut was a hot mess long before you ate the piece of garlic, and so when you ate the garlic and you had a reaction, it was probably just your gut was angry to begin with, and not the food itself. Does that sound good? I mean, we got to just stop the fear mongering that we're hearing about on the World Wide Web. It's just not helping you. It's just stressing you out, right? So garlic, let me talk about garlic a little bit more. The thing about garlic is it is so incredibly beneficial for you. And this is the downfall with diets like the low FODMAP diet, is that they promote inflammatory foods, but then have you restrict foods that actually feed your good bacteria, or foods that help to kill off bad bacteria. My gosh, like it just doesn't make sense, right? So Judy, I'm seeing you put a garlic with a thumbs down. Stay with me here. If you are consuming foods and you feel like food is the problem, then I want to really encourage you to go back to my YouTube channel. We've got videos on the low FODMAP diet, helpful or harmful. Go watch that video. And I explain the other deep-rooted types of damage and deficiencies that are actually happening in your gut that are causing these reactions. It's not food. Food is not the problem, okay? I mean, sure, a Big Mac not helping, right? But garlic is not the problem, my friends. So garlic is really incredible because it contains a few different things. Obviously, prebiotic fibers. That's why we're, my goodness, that's why we're here tonight. That's why we're talking about it. But you know, beyond just prebiotic fibers, garlic contains a really important component called allicin. And allicin actually helps to kill off bad bacteria. And I'm really sharing this with you. It's outside of what we're talking about in terms of prebiotics, but it's important to note because a lot of practitioners contradict themselves by saying follow a low FODMAP diet, but take this garlic supplement to kill off the SIBO or kill off the bad bacteria. I mean, that just doesn't fucking make sense, right? I mean, and I know some people are going to be like, oh no, you can get, garlic supplements that are low FODMAP. Like, it's just garlic, guys. If you were watching this, please, for the love of God, garlic is safe for you to eat. Okay. So it obviously is prebiotic, but what does it do specifically, or the mechanism of action is it helps to promote growth of your good bacteria, specifically your bifidobacterium strains. And bifidobacterium strains are predominantly residing in the large intestine or your colon, and they're going to be helpful for regulating your bowel movements. So get the garlic into you. All right. All right. I'm seeing a bunch of questions coming up. So Stephanie's saying, is it so good for so many things? I need to find your YouTube. It is so good. Jeez. Oh my goodness. We're night one. I'm already getting words mixed up. It is so good for so many things. You are correct. I mean, what is life without garlic and onions? They're like the staples of flavor. What does one do to flavor without garlic? Okay, so yeah, Stephanie, if you're looking to find our YouTube channel, it's Alyssa Labrak Gut Expert. You can jump on over there. You might be watching this replay from YouTube, so hey to you too. All right, Tara's saying, my good bacteria is really low per GI map and doctor's data, either after all of my Xifaxan treatment or because of all the prebiotic restrictions. Maybe I should put garlic back in. Tara, I'm going to say a little bit of both, right? Obviously antibiotics kill off our good bacteria, and that's one of the damage or the harm in trying to treat the gut with just constant rounds of Xifaxan or antibiotics in general. But also, this is, as I was saying before, a lot of people get like hyper focused on weeding out the bad bacteria, but we need to put just as much emphasis and energy into replenishing the good bacteria and then feeding them so that they can thrive. All right, Fiona's saying, low FODMAP ruined my gut. I mean, we work with so many clients that come into the Love and Trust Your Guts program that are coming off of the low FODMAP diet, who in all honesty, it has just created tremendous fear and anxiety, and even disordered eating. So very bad idea, because I was a-okay with garlic and onion and fruit and cauliflower. I can barely eat anything without reactions. Anyway, I think I'll add a clove to my turkey mince tonight. Look out. That's right. Get it into you, girl. I'm about to eat some garlic after this too. All right. Fiona's saying, I absolutely love how real you are. No bullshit talk. I do have a bit of a potty mouth. My dad says I sound like a fucking trucker. And, well, I mean, that's where I got it from. He's the nicest man on earth. But I'm a little bit biased. Anyways, let's talk about the second food, guys. So the second food is chicory root. Now, I talked to you guys, I told you I was going to give you like accessible, easy foods to implement. You're probably thinking, what the fuck is chicory? But here's the thing. Chicory is an amazing prebiotic source. Or, well, that doesn't even really make sense. Prebiotic is a great food source of... Chicory is a great source of prebiotic fiber, specifically because it contains inulin. You may have heard of inulin as a prebiotic fiber if you are a crazy Googling person. Or person who spends a lot of time Googling stuff trying to fix their gut. You've probably heard of inulin. Anyway, so chicory contains inulin, and inulin is a prebiotic fiber that will feed your good bacteria. The reason why I'm mentioning this one specifically, don't die on me now, phone. The reason I'm mentioning this one specifically is because it's known most for its coffee flavor. And, well, this is a whole other talk, but I couldn't help but briefly just touch on it, is that coffee is probably not helping your gut. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm not going to tell you that you need to take out your coffee completely, okay? I'm not going to be that mean tonight. But I will say that, you know, coffee is acidic. It's typically promoting inflammation. It can stress your body out by spiking your cortisol levels, which is your stress hormone. It can also mess with your motility. So if your poops are going a bit wonky, or if you're feeling really anxious, then coffee might not be your best friend. I know you like the flavor, you're in the habit of it, and so I wanted to give you a really cool swap. Chicory. Chicory is in almost every coffee alternative. The one that our clients absolutely love, I just had a client jump in our group today, and she was like, the Dandy Blend, which I'm going to talk about, Dandy Blend is like the best ever. It tastes just like my coffee. I don't miss my coffee at all. And so this has become like our client fave. And so the brand is called Dandy Blend. It's a combination of dandelion root, which is beneficial for your liver, and you want to love your liver if your gut is angry, but it also contains chicory, which is that prebiotic fiber that we're looking for to help feed your good bacteria. So if you are interested in maybe reducing your coffee amount, or maybe you just want to like swap a coffee out once in a while, or you want to add in a beneficial beverage, other than coffee, you can add in Dandy Blend or find some other chicory root type coffee swap, and you'll probably find you quite like the taste. All right, let's talk about the last one. Number 3. This one is easy peasy. You are probably sitting on a few in your fridge right now, and those are apples. You've heard the saying, an apple a day keeps the doctor away, and that saying has come to be for good reason. The thing about apples is that they contain something called pectin, and pectin is a beautiful prebiotic fiber, but it's also beneficial in helping to weed out bad bacteria. And so, you know, adding in things like apples into your day-to-day life is a really great way to gently be feeding your good bacteria. It doesn't have to be complicated, guys, when it comes to fixing your gut. It's really just as simple as adding in good quality whole foods. And so that's why I want you to really question, if you've gotten to a place of fearing foods, then we need to get you some support, because that's not helping you regain quality of life. So something as simple as adding in an apple a day, although it sounds simple and mundane, and no, it's not going to fix your entire gut, but it can have a great impact in helping you along your journey. So those are the 3 foods I want you guys to consider. Some of them might feel easier to implement than others, and so I want you to pick just one. And then can you do me a favor? Drop it in the comments. We need to get just a little bit of support, accountability, you know what I'm saying? Drop it in the comments. Let me know which one thing, garlic, chicory, or apples, are you going to add into your day-to-day life? Maybe you'd like to add all 3 at some point, but just pick one for now. And then we'll see you next week. All right, bye guys.